Welcome into Gamesthetic episode 186. I'm Alex with Sparking Through. Hopefully you are having a phenomenal day today, whatever day you're listening or watching this episode. I'll be honest, I don't know what we're going to talk about today. This is going to be one of them. We're going in hot, boys. We're winging it. We're just going to have a great time. I got both the boys here in studio. Zach, welcome back to the show. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Welcome back. We missed you.
Nah.
You didn't want to come hang out for Wukong?
I was not here for Monkey Week.
It was Wukong week, man.
It was
Come on.
Monkey Week.
Come on, man. We've been waiting for this forever.
It was like Shark Week. I ignore it.
Wow. Well, we had a great time. You know what the sad part is though? It's like I told him this when we were about to start. It's just like, I understand why Zach wanted to like dip out because he knew we were going to talk about Wukong for like 45 minutes, whatever. I was like, but man, outside of Wukong, we actually got a pretty entertaining show. So it's like, oh, well, unfortunate. We'll see him when we see him, I guess. And we got John. John, how are you?
I'm all right.
You're just here?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. It's going to be one of those weeks. This is going to be one of those great weeks of where there's no creativity with the show. When I text both the boys earlier.
I don't know what you mean. Creativity, man. It's just off the cuff.
Yeah, that is true. It's just off the dome. Just roll with it. Rock with it. It was funny because Zach specifically, he's just like, today could just be like a low-key Spark Bark episode. Shout out to that dead podcast. And I'm just like, yeah, maybe one day. And as the day went on, and I didn't really do anything with the script. I'm like, I guess Zach's going to get his wish. It's going to be basically a Spark Bark episode today, which we're just going to talk about whatever we want to talk about involving games. That's going to be great. So I can't tell you what we're going to talk about today. We'll figure it out as we go. We do have a lot of stuff in the weekly wrap-up, though. There was that partner direct and indie showcase, which...
I'm winning this year right now.
Yeah, John. John.
Yeah, I was gonna bring this up because I mentioned it to you before the show. Zach, last year was a rough year for me with games, being excited for stuff.
Yeah.
And prediction-wise, I did get one great prediction last year.
You did?
Yeah.
Great TikTok.
And fuck the beginning of the year predictions. When we talked about what we want from gaming, man, I'm eating good from that one.
Yeah, you've been
Because
doing
we
pretty
got
good
backyard sports. I specifically was talking about accessibility with like older JRPGs and stuff. We got Trails in the Sky remake. We got more Tales games coming, like being remastered and coming out. Yeah, and they have said more announcements to come on the anniversary date.
Did you ever play Grace F?
A little bit.
Okay. Because I feel like Grace F is about where you sort of started the Tales, I feel like.
Yeah, I've touched on like several of the...
Because you never played Vestia, did you?
I'm like halfway through it.
But originally you never played
Originally I didn't play it.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
That was what I was thinking.
No, I've gone back and played partially through like 4 or 5 games that I just need to actually sit down and finish at some point.
See, that's one JRPG series which I'm slowly collecting. That's sort of a pain to get a hold of a lot of the originals.
Oh, which one?
Tales.
Yeah. Okay. Which one of you did I pick up a Tales game for recently?
Not me.
Was it you? Or was it a Tales game I picked up for you or Final Fantasy? Or
You
Dragon
didn't
Quest?
pick it. You
I don't remember.
when you say recently, this is like a year ago.
It was not a year ago.
It was close to a year ago.
It's been within the last 12 months.
What is your longevity scale?
Within.
Yeah, that because you picked up Dragon Quest 8
That's
for
what
me,
it was,
and it's
okay.
the one where instead of the bonus disc, I got two copies.
You got two copies.
I got two copies of the game.
That's right.
Which is dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, great for you, but
Yeah.
I guess
Bad
if
for whoever wants to go buy the next Dragon
I
Quest
guess if
copy
one
they
of
had.
you needed a copy, I've got a copy.
I mean, I still got my original one with my bonus Final Fantasy 12 demo disc.
Shout out. No, John, you're doing well in predictions right now from that random episode that we had.
I didn't expect. I thought maybe at some point this year, the beginning of the year, next year, some of the stuff would come. I didn't think it was going to be like within a few weeks.
Oh yeah,
I was going to start getting hitters out there.
The Trails and the Tales, those two things that popped out, right? Like those can make sense to a point. Let's all be honest. The backyard one, that was random as shit.
That was
out of left.
There's no reason that series should have been revived.
That was out of left field.
That was my end of topic. I'm gonna throw a Hail Mary.
Spoken into existence, man. I don't think people understand that. Who else was talking about backyard sports before
I was
the reveal
talking
came back?
one coworker I talked to about it, and I don't know how it came up.
Yeah,
but
that's great. That's great. I will say with that remake that's coming, I am wondering are they also going to remake the others that are not on current platforms as well? because like around when like Daybreak came out over here for us just recently, I did like a deep dive on all the games to see, okay, where can you get these? Where can you get these? And what I found out is almost every single one of them, except for like the first 4 or 5, are just on the Switch. Like the Switch is like a nice little Trails like home for everything.
Well,
but except for the first 4, now we got this one coming. So I wonder if they're going to also remake the others.
Possibly, because also the other thing that has always been heavily like questioned and debated is where's a good place to start Trails?
Yeah.
And Trails in the Sky was the first game.
Yeah.
It's what people would typically say to you, but it's unless you want to play it on Steam, it's kind of hard to get access to. But it's one of those where with the remake, they've pretty much cleared it up.
Yeah.
Because this one is called Trails in the Sky First. Or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just essentially like if you want to know where your starting point is, it's right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is funny because my starting with Trails was the anime movie based off the first game, where it ends at about the same point the first game ends, which sort of pissed me off because I had no idea what Trails was before that. So it just ends on a giant cliffhanger. I'm like, what was this shit?
Right. It's like,
Yeah.
what the hell did I just finish watching?
Yeah, because I started Trails of Cold Steel
Which that's the second set of series or third?
third.
Okay.
Because I think there's two. There's like Trails in the Sky, another Trails in the Sky, or something like that, and then there's Trails of Cold Steel, and then it moves around. I don't remember all of them exactly.
I couldn't remember Cold Steel was the second or third because I vaguely know there's a second set of Trails after in the Sky. I just can't remember what it is.
Yeah, and I had started playing that one, and I was like, I just bought it randomly, and I was like, oh, this looks like fun, and started playing. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And I was like, what other games are there in this series? I started looking it up, and I was like, I kind of want to go back and play them in order, because apparently the game there
is connections.
it's connections throughout all of history of these, because there's like a series, and then another series takes place during the same time as that series from a different perspective.
Yeah.
And then you have later in history, so you would be getting spoiled on stuff from previous games, which is why I've kind of held off on diving into it.
Yeah.
Right.
Probably have my starting point now.
Yeah, I saw people talking on Twitter. It's like, hey, look, first game's getting remade, people. No excuse not to jump into this series now.
Now I really don't have any excuse.
In terms of the story arc, the one in between you were thinking of, it's apparently called Crossbell.
Okay, I don't remember that one at all.
So the game, the 4 story arcs is Trails in the Sky, Crossbell, Trails of Cold Steel, and Trails Through Daybreak. Then you have the first 3 Sky games, and you have, I guess, the fighting game, Wise versus Trails, whatever. And then the next 3 games are called
Wise and Trails had a crossover?
Yeah, it was Y versus Trails in the Sky. So
Why?
I don't know. It came out in 2010.
JRPG.
Yeah. So then after that, the next 3 games is Trails from Zero, Trails to Azure, and The Legend of Natura Boundless Trails. And then you get into the first 2 Cold Steel games, and you get into Trails at Sunrise, then the next 2 Cold Steel, and then you get into Trails into Reveria, whatever. And then you get Daybreak that we have now. So apparently Crossbell is that little in-between section.
Gotcha.
Whatever that is. I don't know. I'm just here.
But yeah, so I'll have an entry point now that
Same.
I'll jump into it, because I've wanted to jump into the series.
Yeah.
You can point out now.
Yep.
Because I've wanted to jump into it for a long time, and now with a remake coming out, it's like, might as well.
Yeah. That Tales remaster, how old is that game? Like, when did that game come out?
Oh,
Which one?
The one,
Tales of Graces.
yeah, whatever's the one getting remastered. It was in like the Indie World or the Partner Showcase or something. I don't remember which one it was.
I would have to look it up because I didn't pay attention to the Indie World.
That's fair. A lot of people didn't.
Let's see, which one in particular was it?
I think I have it on the script, the half-ass excuse of a script that I've got.
Yeah, I was just looking for it on here. Tales of Graces remaster.
Oh, Tales of Graces F.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what I thought it was, but I wanted to
How old
Okay,
is that
'cause-
one?
It's at least a decade, I want to say.
Yeah, because
because it came out
wasn't
on.
F also like another version of the game? Because I thought there was Tales of Graces and then F was another, like a second release
If
of
it
it.
was, I missed it because I
I
only
could be
remember seeing
misremembering that.
Grace's F, and that was like PS3 era.
But shout out to your predictions, Sean. You get what you want, more accessibility.
Yeah, which I mean is great because also both of these.
2009.
Ooh, okay.
So I was off. It would actually be PS2 era.
That'd be PS3.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be PS3. All right, we'll shout out to that.
Yeah, because those are also two series that I mentioned in particular that I want more accessibility to.
Yeah, and now you got
I think you're vaguely right, John, because it's looking up of Grace's F. You have Grace's F on PS3, but then you have Tales of Graces on the Wii.
Okay.
But I think they're the same.
I
game?
think it's the same thing. F just was. It may
Yes.
have had like something specific.
I
to
think
it.
that was the Western release because it's saying that it was initially only released in Japan in
That would
2009.
okay. That would make sense differentiating the.
And maybe it was specifically for the Wii in Japan. Those poor people.
Also, in terms of accessibility, we also had the surprise shadow drop announcement of the next Castlevania collection. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it was like the 3DS games for Castlevania all got announced and shadow drop same day. It's also getting a physical release through limited run, which naturally upsets people. But hey, I guess shout out to that because they just had the advanced collection for Castlevania come out recently, and now you got the DS one. So at least you got some, across the board, got some more accessibility happening. So that's good. That's great. We love to see it.
Yeah. Well, won't ever say anything bad about this, like especially a lot of these older games.
Yeah.
Or even from a decade ago. Gaining more access to some of these games that need some like fresh eyes on them, or even like just in my case, I want to play some of these games and have some options for how to do it.
Yeah, true. Also, in terms of accessibility of older games and stuff, weekly wrap up shout out here. GameStop going retro now with select stores. So I guess shout out to that. Already an interesting approach from what I've seen, because there's some massive hits where it's like I saw this via it was actually GameStop was the one who shared it, but they took like pictures and of conversations from Reddit. So I guess shout out to that, they're paying attention. But where someone came across an N64 in perfect damn condition, and it had like the red cartridge, whatever it was called, the enhanced pack, whatever. Selling for $70, all cords and everything, and a controller. That's honestly a pretty good price.
That's a damn good deal.
So that's good. But then the downside of things that I saw is they're selling like reproduction like GBA cartridges for like $50. It's like let's cut that down a little bit. You know what I mean? Like we need to relax on that. We need to relax on bots too. We need to relax on bots. But I don't know. That kind of bummed me out on that regard. But I was like, it's GameStop. I'm not necessarily surprised. I saw some GameStop employees comments like, we're being trained to be able to spot like the dupes and the real ones, but it's just like I don't think we should accept the dupes. Period. So I don't know.
Yeah.
At least they have some good process in some capacity. $70 for a N64 with cords, great condition, Nintendo labeled controller. Like that's a good damn price. But then $50 for a reproduction Game Boy. Like, let me say this up front. I have zero problems with reproduction cartridges of Game Boy games because of the battery issue. Zero problems with it. I will happily buy a Game Boy Advance reproduction game because of the battery issue. I just don't think they should be overpriced. You know what I mean? It's a reproduction game.
Yeah.
Like let's keep this low.
If you're gonna have like reproduction sitting next to like actual
Authentic
versions of the retro games, they should not be the same price.
Yeah, 100% agreed. Because it's like, me and Christina, like we're trying to collect every Fire Emblem game. And for the GBA games, like we both agreed we'd love to have them authentic, but it's like we both agreed, we're fine with reproduction so we can actually play it and not have to worry about the battery issue of it saying, oh, your battery's dried out, whatever, blah, blah. Because I know like all my Pokemon games I've got, you turn on any one of them and they immediately come on. It's like, oh, your battery's dried out, blah. It's like, oh, well, that sucks. So Oh no.
I have no idea what you were. What do you mean battery issue?
Yeah, Game Boy Color, Game Boy games, Game Boy Advance games, they all share the same issue, whereas like the battery in the cartridge will dry out essentially.
Oh,
And that they fixed that with the DS cartridges, and it's been you're good with DS card. You don't need to buy repros or anything, but that's why reproductions are such a big thing for the Game Boy games.
gotcha.
Yeah, because like I said, like I'll show you sometime. I'll take a picture. I'll send it to you. All I got, if I pop in Pokemon Ruby or Sapphire that I've got in there, my authentic copies, like the first thing it'll do when the game turns on is like, oh, your battery is like dried out, whatever. And I think it says something like it may not be able to save the game or something. I don't remember. But yeah, no, that's a constant issue with Game Boy games.
Okay.
Yeah, some people that are more tech savvy than I can just swap it out, and just get like the kind of battery that's in the repos. But
Gotcha.
and I could probably do that. I just haven't. If I'm gonna play those games, I'll play it elsewhere. It's whatever. It's not a big deal. So but yeah, I know. Shout out to GameStop Retro being a thing. We have, for us where we live, we only have one in the area that's GameStop Retro. And the one that is, I'm not necessarily surprised that's the one they went with because it is like one of the biggest stores in the area.
Yeah.
In terms of square footage size, maybe not sales, because every time I go there, it's dead as fuck. But in terms of square footage size, it is a very large store. So I think I'm going to try to go check it out like tomorrow or Monday and see if they actually have anything. I'm curious if they actually, since this just got announced, I don't know. Obviously, some people are finding stuff. I don't know if ours will have anything.
I was about to say, yeah, shipments. I mean, I would hope since it was in the works, they had some shipments ahead of time, but
Right. So I'm either going to check it out probably tomorrow or Monday, and I'll text you and I'll let you know if they have anything worth a shit. But I am very curious of that. On a side note, though, I am curious. I promise. I give you my word. Won't be that long. Just give me a minute. John, how's Black Myth going? I just got to ask. Where are you at?
I'm at the end of chapter 4.
Okay.
I didn't play it too much this week.
I
I
didn't
will.
either.
I will mention it this week again. Deadlock, because it's all I've been playing.
Yeah.
If I'm honest. But no, it's like I did progress through chapter 4. I still have a lot more exploring to do in chapter 4.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, I have to make an admission.
Okay.
Last time we talked about Black Myth, I was saying chapter 4, and we warned you, we warned some people. Chapter 4 is there's a lot of spiders,
Heavy
a lot
spider.
of heavy spider details, a lot of big spiders.
Oh, buddy.
Uh,
I'm already cringing.
I really like the level design of chapter 4.
Oh, no.
It's actually really cool.
Is it?
Like all the spiders aside, chapter 4 so far might be my favorite design.
Really? Okay.
Just because just from it kind of making sense, like because you're essentially traveling around in a layer. But I like the design of it. I like the traversal of it that I've had so far. And like the level, like the design of it kind of changes because it's 2 parts. It's like layer and then outer layer. But yeah, I'm in chapter 4. If I want to progress, I'm at the chapter 4 boss fight. I just have to beat it. I only attempted it once. I don't think it's probably the healthiest boss so far that I've come across in terms of actual health pool. So it'll be a long fight.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem too difficult, honestly. So I could probably beat it the next time I went in to actually try it.
Meanwhile, I'm still in chapter 2. Like you, haven't had a lot of time to play this week. I have been at the last boss fight. I've only fought him probably about 10 times, so I haven't gotten that much into it, I don't feel like. I have not gotten ungodly frustrated yet. I did take a break from even challenging him today, and I just went around the map and just did a lot of stuff that I just missed. So I fought the secret boss, the big bug. Did you fight him?
That's a cool quest line, isn't
That
it?
is a cool quest line. That's also an ungodly easy boss fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, ungodly easy. But yeah, I've just been doing the secret bosses. I collected the remainder of the eyes, fought that boss. So I just been kind of doing that, just trying to further prepare myself for that boss fight. Because like I saw where it's just like, oh yeah, you're gonna want to beat that big bug and get like the wind tamer that he's got, whatever. And I'm like, okay, all right, fair enough.
Yeah, I did that afterwards.
Yeah, That's kind of how I was going, and I'm just like, all right, yeah, let's try to make this a little bit easier.
Because I went back to chapter 2 and then started exploring, and that's when I collected the rest of the eyes. That's when I finished that quest line.
Yeah.
And all that, and it was kind of like, this would have been cool.
Yeah, that would have been helpful. So that's what I've got going on now. And now I've kind of done my running around. I leveled up like probably 6, 7 more levels, since when I was originally trying to fight them. I'm like, all right, now I'm back on the grind of, all right, let's actually dial it in. We're gonna try to fight this guy. We got a mana increase and all this stuff we've been doing, because we went back to the tiger thing and went down to the cellar in the tiger blood area. Got, bought some medicine there that gave me a permanent mana increase. I'm like, that's great. Need that. That's mana's killing me right now. So that's where I'm at on Black Myth, but still enjoying it.
Yeah. I mean, tomorrow or Monday, I'm gonna try to actually get into chapter 5.
Yeah. Then other than that, I've just been playing college football with the boys. We have our online dynasty. Finished year 1. Shout to that. Jacob won the MAC. Fuck Jacob. I won the Heisman randomly. Shout out to that. Now we're in year 2. I already lost Texas A&M, so we're off to a great start. And then my offline dynasty, I have quit playing it because I fucking cannot stand the coaching carousel. It is broken as fuck in this game, and there is nobody in this world that can tell me or try to convince me that it makes sense, because it just does. I've been bitching to the boys about it for like over a week about how it makes zero fucking sense, and you cannot tell me otherwise. Because I'm trying to get the fuck out of Memphis at this point. Like, I don't like being good. It's boring. It's boring as fuck. I like building. Okay? So I'm trying to get to my next job. And it's like, dude, year after year, I'd get like one random head coaching job that's just like, well, that sucks. Then I'd be getting like fucking coordinator positions like offered. And I'm just like, I haven't lost a game in 4 fucking years, winning championships. What do you mean? And it's like, you go to like all jobs that are open, and like there's jobs in there where the game designates it as like lateral move or job upgrade. I'm not getting offered. And I'm just like, why? It's like, there's no reason for it. So I'm done with that dynasty. I'm moving on. I got a new one started with old Tylor doing a Hawaii, Wyoming one. So that'll be fun. Something else that I've touched on, I don't know if you remember that it came out. I touched on the Black Ops 6 beta yesterday.
Yeah, so I've seen... I haven't really seen anything on it. I've seen like a couple videos pop up for me that I haven't watched yet, and like a couple, I think like stream or something.
Yeah.
Is it a new COD Homeland?
Basically.
Yeah.
So people are going to be flocking to it?
Haven't tried it, but
yeah. It's
I
COD.
might.
Oh, it's COD. Playing it, played 2 rounds yesterday. I do not have it in me anymore. I don't got that dog in me anymore, man.
What, you just go through it?
Dude, I'm so bad at FPS games, especially a fast-paced one like that. I don't got that dog in me anymore. That dog is gone. Man, I am so slow. My reaction time is so ungodly slow, because it's like moments where I'll die, and I sit there and I'm just like, 10 years ago, that guy would have been dead, not me. It's like, I don't got it in me anymore, man. I just don't play him anymore. I'm sure if I actually sat down and actually like actively played one, I'd be fine. There for a little bit when we were playing Halo Infinite, I kind of got it back a little bit. But I just don't got it in me anymore.
Infinite's not a speed shooter though.
I mean, it's got some speed to it though. And it still helps you kind of re-hone some FPS abilities in some capacity. I'm just slow. My reaction time is like ungodly.
If
slow.
I ever need that back, I just go play Battle Royale solo.
That's fair. That's probably a good way to get it back pretty quick.
I mean, honestly, I've been getting it back a bit with Deadlock.
Well, good.
Because it's
Is Deadlock a first-person or third-person shooter?
third person.
Okay.
But there's a lot of movement in that game. But yeah, I may jump in and try to play that beta a little bit. Is it running all weekend?
Yeah.
I may try to jump into it at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been stuck in Deadlock. Because last week when we talked, I mentioned, I was like, this may not be a game that I play a whole lot of. I'll play it for like 10 hours or so and probably be like, that's pretty good for me. This game,
It just
I
drew you in, John?
yeah, man,
You just couldn't let it go?
It's
snatched
digging
you.
it's digging its claws in, man. This game's fun.
Hey, that's good, though.
The more you play it, the more you want to play it.
Yeah.
It just means Valve staying consistent.
It's,
Yeah. It's like shot the last week where John's like, all right, Valve makes a good game.
yeah.
They know how to make good games.
I remembered back to like me being like, Valve doesn't know how to make a good
Yeah,
game.
made-
And
they made
now
that
I'm
joke,
playing
yeah.
it, and I'm like, man, Valve made a fucking great game here.
It's just every now and again, Valve's just like, dust out the development team. They just open up like 20-year-old lockers.
Man, it's strange because like I said, the more I've played the game, the more I've wanted to play the game.
You know what's weird? Because you should think that Valve should make fantastic games just because they have all the analytical data of what people play and what they like. So out of any development group, they should be able to make consistently good games.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when you put it when you think about it like that, yeah, they have more data than anyone should have.
Yes.
When it
True.
comes to games. And let me put it this way, man. With Deadlock, they put some data to use. 'Cause this game, the more I've played it, God, it's incredible.
Yeah.
And even like it's in an early alpha state right now.
Yeah.
And they released a patch that had like 300 changes.
Damn.
Man.
And then they had it broken, and it's like a detailed ass patch note where it's like modify it broke out every item change of every stat on the item that they were changing it, generic like all the hero buffs and nerfs
yeah.
to each ability and kind of why, generic gameplay changes with movement and stuff like that. They added a wall jump. Apparently I haven't tried. I forgot about it until now, so I haven't tried it today.
Okay.
But yeah, no, they had a massive patch to it, and like it's one of those where you even with like the time I've put in it, which is like I don't know, like low 20 hours into
Yeah.
it or something like that. You wouldn't think I've played enough to where like I could read a list of patch notes and go into the game and feel most of the changes.
Yeah.
I'm actually feeling most of the change, like even small changes.
Well, that's good.
You feel pretty heavily. So it's a lot of fun.
Okay. You know, I've been looking at stuff I need to go back to because I haven't come across Naraka. And apparently, Naraka did a reset because apparently they're now just doing season 3. And I was like, you weren't on season 3. You were on like season 20. What happened?
Well, it's season 3 of season 4. They might be doing sub seasons now.
I don't know. I just know it said season 310, but I was like, what did I miss in Naraka? I need to get back in there.
So I wanted to pull this up and shout this out because we chatted about it earlier. So for Deadlock, all-time peak has now been at 145,000 players, and that was 3 hours ago.
That is still on an invite-only system.
Yes.
Damn.
102
You can-
players currently in, and it's invite-only right now.
Yeah, 102,000.
Yeah, 102,000, sorry.
Yeah, you can only play the game after you've been invited.
Yep.
And I don't know if you heard or if you've seen much about it, Zach.
Nope.
The servers are not always online.
Okay.
So you can't always just open it up and queue up for a game right now.
Gotcha.
So like, they have, as more people have joined, they've lowered the times. But it's like, for us around here, the servers come online on the weekend at 11 o'clock.
Okay.
So then you can play from 11 a.m. to like 5 a.m. or something. And then like during the week, I think they come online at 3 p.m. So it gives them time where the servers aren't always taking a hit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's also interesting thing that they're doing. So the amount of people that are playing, it's also they have to play within a specific window of time.
Yeah.
Which is even more crazy to think about, like what the kind of numbers the game is doing when you factor all of that in, you know? Yes, shoot me an invite. You've made me very curious of what this game's all about, what all the hype is.
Yeah, I will say you might get your ass kicked.
Oh, I'm fully expecting it.
Look out, Marvel Rivals.
Do what?
Said, look out, Marvel Rivals.
Basically.
Hey, is it in a hero shooter?
Is it not?
No, it's a MOBA.
Yeah, it is a MOBA.
Oh, it is a MOBA.
It's an
shooter
over-the-sho-
MOBA.
It's a
I'm gonna be honest.
It's a third-person shooter MOBA.
I know we talked about. So wait, it's Paragon.
I mean, it's like Paragon Smite.
Okay.
Just their own created characters.
Gotcha.
There is something that you would probably like. I don't know that you would like the character, but his backstory. So each character in the game, they have like, you can read their abilities on their page, and
Yeah.
then you can read their backstory.
Okay.
One of the characters, I don't remember his first name, but I think it's Lash. It just his backstory is whatever his first name is. Lash is an asshole.
That's good.
It's his entire backstory.
That's all you need.
That's pretty good.
I'm here for that.
What's his kit like?
Yeah, now I'm curious.
Fucking
Is it an asshole kit?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Even better.
Yeah. He got a dash. Throws a knife that when it hits you, it makes you bleed. He hits a button to make part of the damage be damage over time instead of upfront damage. And then he has his ult is if you're below a certain threshold of health, you just die.
Yeah, screw that kit.
And then as you level the ult up, you can chain the ults. Or you reset the cool. You don't actually chain it. You just reset cooldown.
Yeah,
if
no,
you
that's
actually kill
a fitting description for him.
Yeah.
Because I could very well see someone who's playing very well with that character just.
I didn't
Full
like him when
team
I
wipe.
played him, but I didn't understand how he was supposed to be played. I've
Gotcha.
since been told how he's supposed to be played and seen it, and I don't like it.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, send me an invite. You've really piqued my curiosity as well as all the other hype that I see online about this game.
Yeah,
My
I'll shoot you guys some invites here
my
later.
curiosity is piqued. Also, I was going to ask you, Zach. I've seen you on League. You've been playing the new TFT set, I guess.
Yeah.
How's that going?
I caved.
Because I've only played one round. So how's it going for you?
It's actually a pretty decent set.
Because it looks really fun.
It is actually a pretty decent set with their whole different mechanics because they still have the I forget what it's called now. The little carousel where you choose one of the three things at the beginning.
Augments, whatever.
Yeah, the augments.
Yep.
But now they've added in charms, which are like small little things that show up like every 4 character boards. It takes up one of your character slots, so you can only get 4 characters and then a charm you can buy, which do a wild of different effects. Which is still like a minor thing. They're not like real big usually.
Are they like? Have you bought them and used them? Because like the one round I played, I saw it kept popping up. I didn't end up buying one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I mean, they range from different things and they scale based on whatever round it is.
Okay.
Because I haven't actually been playing hyper roll. I've actually been playing normals.
Okay.
But I mean, overall, the set's actually fairly balanced. Because I mean, the last set you and me, John and me, really got into, there was a pretty hard like meta of like you saw everyone running the same team pretty much.
Yeah, I get that.
And
in the last couple sets.
And this one, I usually only see people fighting over builds. Like 1 or 2 people usually run the same build, and there's some games where nobody's running the same build as me.
Okay.
So I mean, it's fairly diverse in terms of what you can manage to get like a top 4 finish or actually win. I mean, overall, it's been a fairly solid set, at least from what I've played.
What's your favorite build so far? I don't even remember what I tried. Let me pull them up and I can tell you.
My favorite build is probably the dumbest build, which I had no reason getting top 4 with, but I did. It was Shapeshifter Portals. No, wait, no, that's not. That's a winning build. Sorry. That's a meta build. Shapeshifter Portal is actually a meta build. No, it was Hunter Warriors. I had no faction trait, just soul class traits. No reason I should have built because it was just pure damage and no defense.
Well, I don't know. This is one of the few TFT conversations where I have no input because I haven't played in a couple sets.
Hunters get increased damage and lifesteal. Hunters get a increase in attack speed plus an attack speed increase on takedown.
Yeah. So it's like challengers from set 7 when me and you played a shitload.
Yes, but it's just split into 2 different groups. And there's no reason it should have worked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't win. I got a top 4, but there's no reason it should have worked.
The one thing that I tried, I couldn't tell you down to the details what I tried, but I know I tried Frost. Beyond that, what else I had, couldn't tell you. I can't
Frost
remember.
is fairly solid.
But Frost is what I tried first.
Frost's whole kit is, as you get more of them, the first enemy you kill gets revived as a Frost soldier for you.
Mm-hmm.
First one, you only get 1. Second tier, you get 2. Third tier, you get 3, plus they explode.
Yeah. So that's what I tried. I think I placed like maybe 5th. I don't remember.
Frost is used a fair amount.
Yeah. So I'm meaning to get back on there because that's just TFT's just been my kill some time game here for a while.
I mean, there's Honeymancy, which its whole build is, as you get more Honeymancy characters, they get bees, which attack at the same time they do. And when they die, they leave a bee that jumps to somebody else.
Right.
Fairy is choose a champion. They do a crap load of damage. Once you get high enough, you then can choose a defender, your champion, who gets health back based on your champion's damage.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Frost. There's Eldridge, which summons Eldritch gods. Whenever you get past a certain health threshold, it just jumps on the field and begins to go to town on everybody. They're the I win. They're the Exodia build if you manage to get 10 Eldridge.
Mm-hmm.
Because the old god that comes out, it's not even worth trying. You never see that someone get 10 because their characters only max out at 7. So you have to get 3 charms to pull off a 10. But you never see a 10, but if you do, it's game over. You're not winning that.
Now I want to try.
That's how, honestly, at TFT, that's how I feel some of those, like, this is gonna happen. You're gonna pull this off like once or twice.
Yeah.
In
But
the
it's gonna
time
be
you
cool
play
as
it.
shit.
It should be worth it to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like that was one of the problems. Because like the last set that I really got into was 7 when me and you played.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of it, and that was one where it was. I mean, if you wanted to go all in on one trait, you could.
Yeah.
But for the longest time in that set, it wasn't worth it. It was more worth it to go like 5 in and then split 4 for another one, or go 5 and like a bunch of 2s or something like that.
Yeah.
But I've always been a fan of being like, no, I'm going this one and just this one.
Yeah. Someone actually did that last night in the game. They just at the beginning of the game went, I'm a force Honeymancy. Then it just popped in chat. They have muted themselves. They can no longer chat in the box. I went, damn. Someone's going hard. And he kept to his word. He forced Honeymancy. He was first out.
But he was staying true to it. He was going to do this. Yeah, I need to hop back on some TFT and play because the set looks really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's fairly solid. Then there's also portals, which
I saw that.
as you get more of them, a portal just spawns on your side. And periodically throughout the fight, it just throws things out. Bombs, buffs, healings. And as you get more portal, it becomes bigger and more frequent. They're also a 10 one, and if you get it, that portal's just chunking shit out at
That's
everyone.
awesome.
You don't even have to fight anymore. The portal does all the work.
Oh, see, now I want to do that too. That
Because
sounds great.
It's literally says in the description at 10, a Giga Chat portal forms.
Does it really?
Yes.
That's awesome. All right.
Oh, no, not Giga Chat, just a Giga portal. Sorry.
I'm doing Portal.
Well, that's like one of my favorite things they did was with like, or they've done it for a while now with like 5 cost units.
Yeah.
If you ever get a 3-star 5 cost, like 1 stars are okay.
Yeah.
2 stars are really good. 3 stars wipe the board instantly.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's still true. And then there's Sugarcraft, where they, as long as you have them on the board, if they have items on them, they give you layers of cake. And as the layers build, they become stronger. And you slowly just build a giant cake on your field.
might try that too.
I feel like I'm missing one. Pyro, yeah.
Pyro's one, yeah.
Yeah, Pyro.
Chrono.
As they get kills, they drop cinders off their enemies, and whoever's close collects the cinders and gains bonus stats. Chrono, as you get more of them, they, after a certain amount of time, health reset for your team, stop time and where they attack, and then stop time and just do a full heal.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, need to do double up sometime. I've honestly never played double up, so you can do that sometime with either one of you. I don't care.
It was a lot of John and me going, "Save me!"
Well, I guess it wouldn't be you, because now that I think about it, I asked you about this recently, and you're like, "Oh yeah, sounds fun." And literally the next week, you told me, "Yeah, I uninstalled League." Yeah, it's like I'm not gonna jump back down that rabbit hole.
I mean, you don't even have to reinstall League now. You can just get the launcher and you just install TFT.
I was gonna say, can you do that now?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Because if you can do that, I'd be willing to do that. I don't like having the League launcher on my computer.
It will be the League launcher. So.
No. I mean, because for the longest time to play TFT, you have to run through League, which means you have to download League, which is a fucking big ass game.
Yeah. I just never uninstalled it, so it's not a big issue to me. So I could be wrong, but I'm fairly sure you can just do TFT through the Riot launcher.
I've still got mine through League launcher.
I don't know. I've got TFT on my phone.
Yeah, me too.
So do I.
Yeah, me too. It's a fun thing to play on the phone. Also, I was going to ask you boys.
Nope.
Well, all right, never mind. Moving on then. No, I was going to ask, is any one of us planning to pick up the casting of Frank Stone and play it all together? All right, because that's coming out this week, right?
I already got it pre-installed.
What'd you get it on?
Xbox.
Okay. Are we going to play this over like Discord?
We can.
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
It's the next. It's the Dead by Daylight version of Until Dawn.
Yeah.
Oh.
So like what we do with the board. Yeah. Does it have director mode?
I don't know yet. All I got from the
He has it pre-installed.
Well,
he hasn't played it.
I know, but I didn't know if there was an announcement, you know?
I don't know. All I know is that you can spend $10 more to automatically unlock a mode called Cutting Room that lets you jump back directly to specific decisions, which is literally just a mode for collectibles.
What day does that come out? Is it
Tuesday?
Okay. So I've got ATFS that Tuesday.
I mean, I'm not off till Thursday, so.
Okay. Well, do you guys want to plan like next Thursday? Set on Discord and try to play it, go through it, whatever?
I mean, I'm fine with that.
Okay. Because I'm definitely very curious of that. And I know next week as well, Age of Mythology comes out. You can be playing that and talk about it next week?
Maybe.
Did they jump on it?
That's one that like it's definitely a pickup for me.
Yeah, especially if it's Game Pass, you know.
It's a pickup for me, but not one that I'm like rushing to play because that's a comfort game for me.
That's fair.
It's one where I mean I could play a little bit, talk about it, but
But the real question, Alex, is: are we going to become Quidditch World Champions?
That does come out like this week, doesn't it?
that finally coming out.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's coming out like this week.
God, I've been getting invited to that play test for like a year.
You
Really?
too?
You? Oh, come on, guys.
I never touched it. Did you?
Once.
How'd you feel about it?
Quidditch.
I don't know how to take that because there's only ever been one Quidditch game,
Yeah,
and I played it.
It was.
Was it similar to the old 2005 Quidditch game?
I don't remember. I just remember being like, not really for me.
Yeah. Well, it's finally coming out this week. So after that, and then
I'm going to be honest. September has actually a pretty decent list of games.
Yeah, so I typed it up earlier because like an idea that I had for a topic was we'd like predict the rest of the year of like top rated games. We can do that like next week or something. I don't care. Unless you want to do it now. I don't.
You literally put on the description of this episode, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I mean, yes, that is correct.
We've been figuring it out so far.
Yeah. So like, all right, we'll do a poll. Do we want to do the rest of 2024 predictions for top rated games, or do we want to do that like next week? Zach, your opinion.
Probably next week.
I'd say.
All right, next week it is.
Fuck you. Make a big thing about it and then go, yeah, do it next week, like he fucking said.
We'll do it next week. No, so like the idea that I had for it is we're not going to obviously rate every single one that I have listed. I just had that as our pool, as a like just simply predicting like what we think out of that pool is going to be the top 5 rated games.
Yeah.
So we're not rating every single one. It's just our personal predictions.
Also,
of
John,
what's going to come out on
it doesn't
top.
matter what we do. It's all about the thematics, man.
That's true. Very true.
Let's make a bracket.
All right, let's go. I love a bracket. I'll make a bracket.
No,
baby.
we're not doing a fucking bracket.
Come on.
I'll get another weird win. Sure, I'll take it.
I'm making a fucking bracket. You said it. I'm doing it. You
You
look.
you can make a bracket.
He's gonna come in with
use it.
he's gonna come in with construction paper next week.
Listen. You spoke backyard into existence. You spoke these ports. Now you're speaking a bracket into existence. All right.
I can ignore the bracket.
We're
The
doing
others-
the bracket.
The other stuff was spoken to existence I wanted.
Don't want the bracket. Well, you're getting the bracket. Deal with it.
Hey, you get the bracket now or you get the bracket at the end of the year.
All right, so no bracket this week. We need the bracket at the end of the year. We need the end of the year bracket. So no bracket. Never mind. No, we'll maybe do that next week. We'll save that as a back pocket episode, as a back pocket topic for next week, potentially. We'll see. So I'm gonna keep this same list and we'll just reuse it. It's fine. I am personally in the boat that I'm cool to start wrapping up the show if you guys are, because we got a lot of the weekly wrap up. I knew today would be a shorter episode because there's gonna be kind of bullshitting around. So unless you guys want to chat about some more stuff, I'm totally cool with it. Or we can start wrapping up the show.
Hit a sponsor.
We are gonna hit both sponsors. Yeah. Right now.
Oh, he's saying do it now before
Do
we
it now.
move on.
Okay. All right. Let's shout our sponsor, Rogue Energy. Use our referral link down below. Promo code Sparky3 to get 10% off your order. But hey, if they have another sale going on, it's all good. Use that sale. Just use the referral link. You're gonna still help out the brand. Whether if you want to pick out the Rogue Hydration, Rogue Chill, or the Rogue Energy line, they're all fantastic. I recommend the Black Cherry Lemonade out of the cans. I recommend Rocket Pop Strawberry Kiwi and Great Popsicle out of the Energy line. And Dragon Fruit Mango is one of the best hydration drinks I've ever had in my life.
And
Check
they
out
are
Rogue
currently
Energy.
having a Labor Day sale. BOGO 50. You can buy 2 tubs, get one of them half off.
There you go. Use that sale, but use our referral link to get there. All right. Shout out done. All right, now what?
So,
So,
Smite 2 came out.
wait, what?
Smite 2.
That came out?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that. I knew it was obviously coming. I didn't know what. Did it have like a release date or just like, hey, it's coming out?
No, it had a release date.
Okay, I guess that was just off my radar then.
Yeah, no, Smite 2 came out.
Oh, well, shout
So
out to that.
now people can play Unreal Engine 5 Smite.
Oh, shout out to that.
Yeah. Isn't it just the engine change?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You can still play regular Smite if you don't have a system that can run Unreal Engine 5, but damn, does it look crisp.
I haven't actually seen anything on it. I'll have to actually look at it because
Smite's fun.
it's one I've known about. I just haven't actually looked at it at all.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, I really wouldn't have known, but I just happened to look through store and saw Smite 2 Founders Pack and stuff like that. I went, oh, Smite 2 hit it.
I like Smite. Smite's fun. Haven't played it in forever.
I mean, it's still solid MOBA,
Yeah.
and now it looks crisper than ever.
Yeah. I check out Smite too at some point. I enjoyed Smite. Didn't play it a lot. Enjoyed it quite a bit. Ratatasker was awesome. Love Ratatasker. He's my boy.
If you like Smite, guess what? You'll like Smite 2.
Yeah, it's just Unreal Engine 5 Smite. So enjoy it. Yeah, have a great time. So
If you like Smite, you might like Deadlock too.
well, yeah. See, that's what I'm telling you. Give me an invite, and we can see if I can how horribly I'll get wrecked. Good chance of that happening, but as long as I'm having
Like a
fun,
diva
that's all that
outside of
matters.
her mech.
Basically, yes, correct. Get absolutely destroyed within one little punch.
That took me a minute. I don't know Overwatch.
Except in HOTS, Diva out of mech and HOTS can be an interesting combination.
I didn't realize Diva was in HOTS.
Yeah, Diva's been HOTS for a while. Because like whenever if I remember correctly, whenever she gets out of mech, you can take certain abilities that can essentially get the mech back like ungodly quick, where it's just like just basic attacks on like heroes or like minions or whatever, just reduce the cooldown like ungodly amount. I know when she
So
came
like
out,
regular Diva.
yeah, I know. But like I know when she came out to HOTS, like the talents that you could equip for her, like made it like, dude, it was ridiculous how fast it was.
She was just a nuclear warhead.
Basically, yeah, something like that. Diva was all right. Yeah, she was just a bruiser class. She was okay.
For anyone who doesn't know what HOTS is, that's Heroes of the Storm.
Rest in peace.
A MOBA that's not technically dead, but it's dead.
Rest in peace.
Being it's not that dead, you can still go play it.
Yeah, I know. Still fun too. I played it not that long ago. I'm bad. I am bad. I do. Just like with FPS games, man. I don't have my skills anymore. I went in there in one game. I got wrecked. Yeah. So I don't know. I tried to play one of my original best DPS that I would always play. Got destroyed. We still won. I got destroyed. Played as a bruiser. Did perfectly fine. That was always my better role to play, was playing a bruiser. So played Artanis and had a fun time there. But got destroyed as Zul'jin. Yeah, it's Zul'jin, right? Because Vol'jin's the other character, I think. These are WoW characters. So I figured someone might pull something out of their ass. Know what I'm talking about?
No.
I don't know. I didn't play that game as much as you, so I rotated a couple characters until I found the one character I actually liked.
Fucking don't tell me.
I don't know what his name is. I know what he did.
God, I know he's a little butt plug.
It's little.
What? Well, that's out of context.
It was like the character. It was like Proteus or something like that. It's like
Probius.
Probius.
Yeah, Probius. That's what it was.
It was like a little StarCraft thing. I think.
Yeah.
That just made you made walls. And
Yeah.
little bombs and stuff.
That was John's character.
All right.
So shout out to that.
Well, that's it. Yeah, no, that's all I had to add after
Okay.
sponsor with Smite 2.
Okay, John, you got anything you want to add?
No,
Okay.
not really. It's been a light week.
Big agree. Shout out to Agent Inc. You can use the referral link down below. Pick up one of our 2 hats or one of our jerseys, and we'd appreciate that extra support. You can pick up the trash can hat, Sparky 3 hat, the Sparky 3 jersey, AniMan Plus jersey, and more. Check out Agent Inc. with the referral link down below.
That might be the fastest jump between sponsors ever.
Why don't we have hats hat?
You know what? I'll put that in our merch store. Shout out to Sparky3shop.com. Also, I need to put this at the beginning of our scripts. I don't forget it because I have not been plugging it. Shout out to our Patreon. We got a Patreon. You can check that out down in the description below. I keep forgetting about that.
Get you a We Have Hats hat.
Yeah, I'll make that. I'll make that for you. I'll put it in the Sparky 3 shop. We have hats hat. That's great. I like that.
I might wear that.
Well, if you do, let me know because I can pick it up for you at a lower price.
Yeah, I might wear that one just because it'd be funny.
Yeah, we have hats. Should it be We Have Hats or the We Have Hats hat? Which one do you guys like?
We Have Hats.
Okay, We Have Hats. All right, we'll do that then. Yeah, I'll make that and I'll put it in the merch store. So that's that.
I don't know why, but I think it was because like a clip. I watch a lot of YouTube shorts, and I was scrolling through, and like for some reason, a clip you made of me was like I was scrolling. I was like, why am I looking at me?
Did you put down the phone and then look at yourself?
No, I was just sitting there. I was like, why am I on here? But and I looked at it. I don't know what the title of the clip is. Where it's the one where the hats
Okay,
thing happen.
cool.
I don't know what the title to it is or something. It just has a caption across the screen or something that just says, "I don't listen to him."
Oh man, that's funny. Why am I looking at me?
It didn't fit in with any of the stuff that was in my algorithm for the week.
Well, now I'm gonna
It just showed up.
Well, now I'm going to make a short about this conversation and hope it pops up in your feed.
Just completely took John out of the immersion of shorts.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. I love that it actually will pop up in your algorithm too, where you're just like, hey, look, it's me. Why am I here?
I mean, just because I'm subscribed to our channels on my personal account.
That's why.
I mean,
That's why it showed up.
just periodically, one of our videos shows up in my recommended, and I go, I mean, I lived it, but I can relive it.
Yeah, relive it.
See,
Rewatch
that's
it.
the shorts come through to me because I consume a massive amount of shorts.
Yeah.
The rest of our stuff does not.
Yeah.
Which is fair. The Wukong rating one did well, so I guess shout out to that.
Everybody loves Wukong.
Some people don't. Some people put in the comments, it can't beat Elden Ring. And I'm just like, all right, buddy.
Wasn't supposed to.
Yeah,
It's
all
not. It's just not technically the same game genre.
Yeah.
It's its own game.
Yep. I don't remember if there was any other comments. I love shouting out comments on this show. Let me go look if there was anything else that I'm forgetting
So,
about.
John, the only thing I knew from last week's show is you had another Wonders Ledge story.
Oh, about falling off the ledge.
Yeah.
I was so mad. that was. I already didn't like the area I was in.
Mm-hmm.
That just made it worse.
I already didn't like the area. I'd already died there like 4 times.
Damn.
Just because, like, trying to dodge, because very few places in that game would let you just walk off the ledge.
Okay.
Yeah, true.
And it's like that's one of the few places where even along a lot of it, you can't just like straight walk off.
Okay.
But if you dodge roll, it doesn't give a shit which direction you go.
So for some reason, the barrier is just like, no, stop, player, don't walk off. But if you actively dodge, it's like, oh, you're on your own, buddy.
If you dodge or get hit by something, then it's like, I mean, you made a choice. But yeah, and then like I used the slide step, and it was like, oh, so you wanted to keep going forward with all this momentum. Too bad that ledge was back there.
I'm looking forward to getting to chapter 3 when I finally get there. Got to beat this boss. Has not frustrated me like the tiger did. I'll tell you also, when I saw that other tiger, I got a little scared.
I don't know what other tiger you're talking about.
It's the tiger that's part of the big bug secret quest.
Oh.
Yeah, when I saw him, I'm like, no. Please no, not again. Thankfully, he was very easy first try. And I was just
I could tell.
thank God.
Hey, when you get further in, I'll tell you about another tiger you can fight.
Oh, well, fucking great. Love that. Can't wait to get my shit wrecked again.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're talking like a 4 bipedal tiger, or was it like a bipedal? I guess a 4.
They're bipedal.
They are bipedal?
They're a tiger that carries around a giant sword.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they are just their body is just a tiger's body.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, when I saw that other tiger, I got a little bit of PTSD of being stuck on the other one for like 50 plus tries. But thankfully, he had a smaller health bar and he was just a little tiny boss and beat him first try. I was like, oh, thank Christ. I did not want to get stuck on another damn tiger vanguard for 3 hours. So, God damn that tiger.
Zach, last week when I walked in the door over here, I looked at him. I went, "So how long?" Because I was like, I can't. I told him, I was like, "That's not where I thought you'd get stuck in that chapter."
God, that tiger pissed me off, man. I pissed myself off in that fight so much just by making the same dumb mistakes over and over again. Finally done, though. We'll never face that tiger again.
All right.
Also, shout out to Tyler in chat. Go Bows. Damn right, buddy. Damn right. But I saw the game just started.
Bows?
So, yeah. Hawaii.
Okay.
Yeah, Hawaii. So I got a question about this. The first thing, this weekly wrap up thing. Did you guys actually watch this Expedition 33 trailer?
Yes.
Nope.
I haven't watched it yet. Does it look cool?
Looks fantastic.
Okay.
Still looks like the best game out of that showcase.
Okay. Because
Cool.
I remember them seeing it. I
Yeah.
saw that this came out. I just haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I watched
I
it.
keep forgetting.
I watched it earlier just to make sure that I was kind of refreshed on it because I started to watch it earlier this week, but I was kind of distracted. Looks fantastic still. Because this game, it gives you like a little bit more, like this trailer gives you a little bit more of a glimpse of just like,
Actual combat flow?
it
And
does
gameplay
give
flow?
you, it does give you gameplay flow, yeah, but it starts off with like just general like walking,
Oh,
and
so
then
like exploration. And
yeah, them communicating a little story bit where they find the remains of Expedition 68, I think is what they said, and the main character, he talked about what happened to them. Yeah, I know, one number off, right? I know it's not what you're laughing
No. I'm just laughing because the whole fact is that it's an expedition to prevent the deaths of the next age because it's been counting down.
Yep.
And all I can think is like the original expedition, like Expedition 80. You're just a bunch of geriatric people.
Right, and just completely shit the bed. Yeah. No, so they find a couple of the dead bodies for the remains of Expedition 68, I think is what it was, and he just talks about what happened to them. You can see their ship in fucking ruins floating up in the sky above them. The world just looks insanely cool and over the top. And then they do get into a fight and just shows off some more gameplay mechanics and like the QTE stuff that pops up as you're going.
Okay.
It just looks graphically insane. You know what I mean? Just like the transitions between everything, the menu screen, like it's just graphically so damn beautiful. So definitely recommend giving that a watch at some point. 6 minutes, it's not that long. So yeah, shout out to that. Expedition 33 new gameplay trailer. Now that Wukong is out, this game's gonna be my new obsession until it comes out next year. At least I don't have to wait 4 years like Wukong. I can only have to wait less than a year. So that's cool. Have you guys seen really anything on the Star Wars Outlaw situation besides what I put in Discord?
Okay, so I was curious about.
I didn't even see what you put in Discord.
I was curious about this because I knew the game was out. I was like, I wonder how the reviews are. Moist Critical put out a video. It was titled.
That's a good one.
It was titled "Is Star Wars Outlaws Worth It?" The video opens up with a black screen, and he just goes, "No." and then the camera cuts to him, and he goes, "Okay, now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's talk about it."
I love Charlie, man.
I've saved you some time.
I love Charlie. Charlie's great. No, that is accurate. Like, it's so bad where it's like you don't even want to get this game for $20.
I've seen again, this came up in my YouTube shorts a lot with people talking about this game. One thing I've heard about the game is, like, as a Star Wars game, this game's like a 7 out of 10. Mm-hmm. As a game, like 5. Because I mean, it's just generic game with Star Wars skin.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. I mean, I had no expectations for this game, but I still wish it would. I wish it came
better.
out.
Yeah, I wish it was good.
I wish it came out and blew people away.
I wish it came out in a better state, too.
I would rather be wrong when I have no expectation for a game.
True. No, it's been a very buggy mess. So I saw one TikTok that just fucking killed me, where it was just like a clip from a streamer playing it, and he's on the bike going across the world, whatever. And he was like in mid-sentence saying, it's just like, you know, the world is so vast. Like, you know, Ubisoft did a really good job, and he had to cut off because, like, literally as he's saying this, he like ramps over like a little dirt mound, whatever, and he just falls. But he falls into the map, and he's just falling in the map, and like he's like, oh yeah, Ubisoft's just done a really good job. Never mind. It just cuts off like that. And with all the bugginess, the situation that I'm referring to, which is just like wild ass behavior to me, is, you know, so you had to pay like the $130 price to get like the early access.
Yeah.
Maybe like the edition right below it maybe had it too. Maybe like, you know, like the 80, 90. I have no idea what the editions were. I can't remember. But bottom line, you had to pay more to get the 3-day early access, right? Game is a buggy shit show. Okay. So they they're putting out patches to fix the shit show. But with the patches they're putting out, they are now requiring players to start a new save. Their originals, the early access buyers, their save will not be able to be integrated with the patch they put out. So putting a complete waste to you buying the game to try to get early access plus whatever else.
Oof.
Yeah, it's
like if that's not a Ubisoft move, like I don't know what is.
It's essentially kind of like, hey, we don't know exactly how to fix the problem, but here's a Band-Aid over top of it. But it only works if you start over.
Yep. Defeating the entire purpose of early access.
Yeah,
so, wild behavior.
I mean, I wouldn't have bought early access to this game.
True.
Anyway, but if I would have paid like the extra $60 for early access to this game, I'd be pissed.
Oh yeah, that would not pick it back up. Would not. That would put such a sour taste in my mouth. That I like, you know, I bought early access and now it's like, well, my early access save is fucked. Got to start over. Fuck you. That's stupid. I have never heard that before. Like in like an early access game, it's like, unless it was like one of those things where it's like alphas for games where it's like, hey, your progress will not carry over. You know what I mean? Because I know you've talked about games. That's fair, right? It's like a multiplayer game, whatever. I have never heard of a situation where it's like your save is no longer playable. Sorry.
I believe I've heard of this happening, but it was like an unintentional side effect that they then like rolled back and changed the hotfix to fix it. Where they're just like, no, it's like this is just what you got to do. That I've never heard of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. Star Wars Outlaws is a shit show situation, and it also gives me no hope for like Star Wars Eclipse. I know different studio. That's the Detroit Become Human studio making that one. But ever since that thing got revealed in like 2020 at Game Awards, it's been a constant, nonstop reporting of developmental hell. They recently lost another director, like just 2 weeks ago, for like the fourth or fifth time.
Dang.
I have no hope for that game. Zero hope. Like Star Wars games, I feel like are kind of in a rough spot right now, with the exception of the Cameron games, the Jedi games. Those are the only ones that seem like, oh, well, at least those are good. So I guess shout out to that.
Even the second one when it came out
Buggy.
had a bunch of technical problems.
Yeah, but a little bit of a buggy mess. I wonder if that's a Disney thing of just like, hey, you're releasing this game on this day. I don't give a shit. I wonder if that's a Disney thing because they're like, why? They're all different game studios that are making these, and there's constant problems across all of them. You know what I mean? When they release, so it's like I wonder if it's just a Disney.
Well, maybe
thing.
it's because we're bringing back something from the past to the present.
Could be.
Okay. What?
Because Star
I was
Wars.
hoping he was going to elaborate on it.
Because Star Wars is a tale from long, long ago in a place far, far away.
Okay.
All right.
What else we got to talk about?
John's like, all right, yeah, we're nipping that one. We're nipping that one.
You know, I haven't been around Zach for a little bit. I forget sometimes it's like talking to me, where he's just gonna say some wild shit.
Yeah.
And you either roll with it or you just drown with him.
Well, speaking of shit shows, apparently the marathon director was fired at Bungie over inappropriate conduct. I think when I saw the further report, it was involving like nine different female employees.
God dang!
I'm tired of seeing shit like this, bro. Like, I'm tired of it.
This is why Destiny went down the hole.
I'm tired of this shit, bro.
You would think that, like, people would think they would at least have a little bit of the assumption they can't get away with this shit anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, be smarter.
Dude, it's not that hard to be appropriate. It's not that hard to be respectful.
Everybody has been called out in the last year or two. It's like,
I don't know. Have you seen some of the outfits in First Descendant?
All right, calm down.
I'm going to look respectfully.
no, wait. Okay, here's the worst part. He's not wrong about the First Descendant skins. The problem is, if you look at the base version of the character and then the ultimate version of the character, it's bad. It's like it goes from like skin tight to like not a lot there.
Where's the thread?
Jesus Christ. Now, with this though, I think Marathon was already sounding like it was in a shit state.
Yeah.
Bungie's obviously in a shit state.
Yeah.
This makes it even worse for Bungie. And again, it's not that hard to be fucking appropriate.
Papa
people.
Sony needs
Jesus
to come in and
Christ.
set some ground rules.
Like,
Bungie's kind of fucked right now.
Bungie's done. Bungie's done, dude. There's nothing that's gonna save them at this point. Speaking of Sony, though, the PS5 Pro apparently leaked like pictures of it and stuff. I haven't actually seen the pictures because the person that put them up did end up taking them down very quickly, and then they put up a sketch of what it looked like to avoid getting sued.
Yeah, no, I saw it actually. Happened to see it when it first came out. I didn't see the actual pictures, just articles when it first happened. I was like, I don't know if this is real or not.
Yeah, no, it was real, and it's still set to be announced. Like apparently, this upcoming month, there's going to probably be a state of play. We'll announce it there. Might finally get the Spider-Man 2 DLC, and it's still going to come out this year. The PS5 Pro, that is, and it is of course called PS5 Pro. By the way, they're not doing anything special as they never do. As we saw with the PS4 Pro, they're not like Xbox and they always come up with a different name. So it's just standard by the book. PS5 Pro. Still staying on the Sony train though. Got some reported numbers on Concord. Apparently, it's only apparently sold 25,000 copies.
Why do you want to talk about this game so much?
It's just fascinating.
You're
man.
the only one who
It's
wants
just
to talk about this
fascinating.
game.
I'm surprised it sold that many.
Like 15K on PS5, 10K on Steam. And I saw before we started the show that apparently like on Steam earlier, they had like 56 players. Like this game's done. I saw someone talk about like, the game is pretty much going to head out to the pasture a little early. But there's one last thing that could save it. And it's like, potentially say that go to PlayStation Plus. Like nothing's saving this game at this point. I'm sorry. You'll go to PlayStation Plus. You'll see a slight boost of player count. Sure. Right. But it's just like writing's on the wall. The game's dead. Go ahead and call it. Go ahead and call it, man. It's done. It's over. There's nothing that can save it. Apparently, Croc, The Legend of the Gobos Remastered was announced.
I saw this and I was actually really happy. I like the Croc games.
Like, this was a plot twist. Agronaut Games is also being revived with this announcement. So that game came out in 97.
That's funny if you know the story of the Argonauts.
I don't. I know they actually got shut down, but I don't know the full story.
No, I mean like the Greek myth of Argonauts.
Okay. I thought you meant the studio and how they got shut down.
No.
Okay. Gotcha. But yeah, they're coming back, so shout out to that. Then we did have that partner showcase in Indie World. We already kind of touched on a few things that were there, like the Trails and the Tales remaster and remake there. Let's see, anything else that kind of stood out? Shout out to Yakuza. What is this Yakuza game, Zach? Like, is this an older one, I guess?
No, it's the remake of the first one.
Okay, remake of the first one. Well, it's coming to Switch, so shout out to that. Coffee Talk Tokyo, Plucky Squire,
I'm
Shovel
actually
Knight.
happy about that.
Sea of Stars DLC, Pizza Tower apparently looks good. Balaltro's coming. Let's see, Tetris Forever, that's happening. Got another look at that Rune Factory, Guardians of the Zuma, which does not look like a Rune Factory game. And then there's a game called Star Overdrive they showed. It's going to be a limited, time exclusive for the Switch. Actually looks kind of neat. I'm going to have to go rewatch the trailer, but at the quick glimpse that I took over at it, it looked kind of cool. So, I don't know. It was one of those directs that had something for everyone, I think. Emio, the Smiling Man reviews are pretty solid across the board. I played chapter 1 because I have like the 3 chapters out right now to play as a demo. So I did play chapter 1, and I did actually buy this game too because I'm already really interested in it, but I saw that it seems to be one of those Switch games that's going to have a very limited release for print because most places are already sold out, including Nintendo's Direct Store. And only 2 retailers online still had it. I don't remember one of them. The other one was that Video Games Plus in Canada that I've bought from a few times. And I've seen the prices for the Famicom Detective Club 1 and 2 Remake Physical Edition. I've seen those prices. So once I saw that, it's selling out, it's only available at like 2 places, I'm like, all right, I guess I'll go ahead and buy it because I don't want to be in a situation where I want this later and it's fucking $300 or some dumb shit. So I did pick that up. Hopefully we'll be playing that soon. There was also a new Zelda timeline that was released by Nintendo. It does not have Echoes of Wisdom. Kind of feels weird that you would release a new timeline before Echoes and not include Echoes. And I understand not wanting to include Echoes for potential spoilers, but why not just wait till after Echoes? But the main thing is that everyone would be wondering is where does the Wild series fall? And it's apparently just in its own bubble.
Alternate universe.
Yeah, it's alternate universe in its own bubble. Like, it has the normal timeline that they had from Hyrule Historia, all showing that full breakdown of the hero, succeeds, the child adult era, the hero's fallen, and that whole era. And then just off over to the side, it's just a gold bar with those 2 games by themselves. So, okay.
Even they're like, we don't fucking know, man.
Honestly, they should have just taken like from everyone's theories and just made it where it's like, because everyone's biggest theories, especially with how Breath is, where it's got the Rito still and the Zora, which the Rito are like evolved versions of the Zora based on like Wind Waker lore and shit. It's just have it be a big conversion of all 3 timelines, after everything else. That would have been the easiest thing, but they're just like what John said. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Like
We're just doing this because you're bugging us about it. It's like here.
It's like we can't be bothered to figure this shit out.
Yeah, it's like we only made it the first time because you kept asking us. So, I don't know. There was a new Zelda Echoes of Wisdom trailer. Just kind of detailed the still world, which is like the alternate dimension that Zelda will be able to go into, and also where the dungeons are. They did drop there that they will be massive scale dungeons, which is really cool to hear, because while the dungeons in Tears of the Kingdom was an improvement from Breath, it's still not to the same level of what Zelda of old used to be. So that is kind of neat. Dude, the Echoes thing just looks so stupid, like in a great way. Because like they were kind of, when I watched the trailer, they were kind of talking about like, the echoes as you pick up, throughout the game are going to help you get from like, land to land. Because like the still world just looks like a bunch of like floating islands in a dark dimension. So like the example they used was Zelda put a box down in front of a tree. Then she climbs up on top of the tree, and then she spawns a bed on the edge of the tree so she can walk on the bed and jump over to an island. I'm like, this is fucking stupid. In a good way, it's fucking stupid, but it's just fucking stupid. So either way, that's coming out here in September. Shout out to that. Crisis 4 is coming, apparently.
Say goodbye to your computers, people.
Yep. I'm curious if this is going to blow up your computer, so shout out to that. Apparently, devs at Gamescom have a lot of interest in handheld gaming. More options and improvements are going to be coming across the board. Even apparently, Sony is indeed looking at it, as we've kind of talked about and reported on and speculated on. Apparently, the Portal sold better than expected. So even they didn't have expectations for it. So apparently, it sold better than they expected. So maybe Sony will actually make a native handheld again. Maybe they will. Hopefully, they need to. And then I'm still in the impression that the next Xbox will be, will have a handheld variant as well. I'm fully in that impression. X-Defiant player count continues to drop and could be on borrowed time. And it was indeed flavor of the month. Yeah, because that player count is dropping drastically, especially as you have other stuff coming out where it's like, you've got, the Black Ops 6 open beta out and stuff like that. Black Ops 6 around the corner. X-Defiant really does seem to be the flavor of the month.
It was a lot of people in that community that I was hearing was like, yeah, this will be my game till COD comes out.
Yeah. Next up, Remedy and Annapurna will be co-financing Control 2. So shout out to that. I know I reported recently that it was in a playable state, so that's good. And now we've got the news that they will be co-financing it together. So shout out to that. This is also kind of sad to see. So Visions of Mana released, and it has glowing reviews, but apparently NetEase seems to be shutting down the dev studio. That is apparently per the reports. So they release this new Visions of Mana game. Apparently it's being reviewed really well, and now the studio is about to get canned. That's unfortunate. Hate to hear that. Are you going to pick that one up, John?
I mean, I probably will. This is a game that I was looking at. I was like, I've never played a Mana game. Seems like a good one to play. Mm-hmm. Might as well.
Okay. And the last piece of news I got was Sonic the Hedgehog 3 trailer released, and it is awesome. I've watched it 4 times.
My favorite thing about this, because I don't care, but my favorite thing I've seen on this is it was a post I saw somewhere, and it was like just a comparison. It was like Jim Carrey, when it comes to Hollywood and everything, couldn't care less, has no interest in it. Whenever they talk about Sonic, though, he cannot wait to go back.
Jim Carrey every time.
He will jump on it. And he's like, yeah, of course I'm doing another one.
Yeah.
I'll do as many as you want.
I've watched the trailer once, and then my favorite part was Jim Carrey.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that is hilarious because it's like before Sonic 1, he was pretty much retired.
Yeah.
Right? He does Sonic 1 Eggman. Then he did the second one. He openly said after the second one, it's like, I'm retired. And now here he is for the third one playing 2 characters.
It's like the rest of Hollywood calls up. He's like, no, of course I'm not doing that. The studio for Sonic calls him. He goes, yeah, how many more?
Yeah, it's like, how many more are we doing?
Yeah, I'm in. You want to play more characters? Yes.
Yes. Say no more. Say less.
We're getting some of the best Jim Carrey at the end of his career.
Facts. No, the trailer was sick, though. Keanu as Shadow was really cool.
The saddest part is he didn't have a gun.
No, he didn't have a gun, but he did have his bike. So I guess shout out to that. They're dipping their toes in Shadow the Hedgehog in some capacity, just not the gun. Who knows? He could have a gun.
He might get a gun.
Yeah, he might get a gun. It's quite possible that he may end up getting a gun whenever he breaks out or something. But no, lots of cool like nods and references throughout this trailer that can be pinpointed. The acknowledgement of Team Sonic, that was cool. Gerald Robotnik. We saw Maria. Just like the moves they did for Shadow was pulled straight from games and clips and shit. So that was really cool. Music was phenomenal. In the trailer. I do know there's like I think it was confirmed that I think Crush 40 will finally be in this movie, which they need to be. They should have been in the first one. And I'm pretty sure it was also confirmed that it's going to be Live and Learn that's going to be in the movie, which, it needs to be. I am pretty sure that I've seen a lot of people speculate that this movie is going to have Metal Sonic, because of the quill that he gives in the trailer. I can 100% see that, but I would also think they're gonna save Metal Sonic for like Sonic 4. But at the same time, you need some sort of antagonist to bring Sonic and Shadow together, and it might be Metal Sonic.
Bro, you're the one who knows the most Sonic lore.
Yeah, I know. So either way, that trailer was fantastic. I cannot wait for that damn movie. That was 10 out of 10. I've also loved like the clips of Knuckles going to fight Shadow that people have put up a new voiceover for. Where so you did watch it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so like he gets his knuckle twisted. And he's just like
Yeah.
Idris Elba. People have voiced it over where it's just like ah. And once he gets his wrist twisted and thrown into the air, dude, it's great. It's hilarious. But anyway, that's all I had for the weekly wrap up. What do you guys got?
Nothing.
First Descendant officially got its season patch and new hero with their new dungeon types
Nice.
put in the game.
Nice.
I haven't been playing it, but I've been keeping up with it to see what's going on with it for if I want to go back.
Nice. I don't think I got anything else.
Yes, you do.
What do I got?
Game of the week.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
I thought it was your turn.
Did you do
I
Biomutant
did
last
it
week?
last week.
Okay, so now it goes back to me.
Because, I saw the Biomutant and I was like, that's not an Alex game.
No, that was a me game.
Okay.
Which is bad because that was on my list down there and you took it.
Oh.
It was pretty far off my list, but
Yeah, but it was on your list nonetheless. So, shit. All right. Well, Gamestetic Game of the Week. I'm very unprepared. It might be one of those boring weeks. Like I know you've got a few in your back pocket.
I've started doing a little preparation when I think it's my turn.
I like that you're doing prep for that, but you don't read the script till you sit down.
we have priorities, Alex.
That's fair. That's fair.
Like preparation could be as simple as open up my Steam library and going, what do I got in here?
Right. That's fair. God. Okay.
Mine's my closet.
Oh, that's true. I mean, yeah, you can just open your closet and just
Yeah.
pull from pretty much anything at any point in time. So that's true. God, this is that moment where it's just like I need to get that message going about what we've done because I'm 99% sure we have not done this as a Gamestead Game of the Week, even though we've talked about it on numerous other occasions.
If you say it and we have done it, then that doesn't have to be part of your clip.
All right, yeah, perfect. All right, well, Gamestead Game of the Week. What I think I'll do this week is Pokemon Conquest. Have we done that?
No.
Okay.
We've talked about it
you
in
bastard,
depth.
though.
Yeah, we've talked
You
about it a
fucking
lot.
bastard.
We've talked about it in depth, but no, it hasn't been Game of the Week.
No, Pokemon Conquest.
I didn't think that one was going to
man.
get hit for a while.
Yeah, look, I wanted to pull something out. That
It's because
wasn't
he was
something-
completely unprepared, so he went to the top of the list of games he likes to talk about.
Yes, and something that's not like, a basic one like, Red Dead Redemption 2. No, Pokemon Conquest, man, came out in the DS. Phenomenal game that needs a remaster or a sequel, but it will never happen. It's one of those rare, not rare. It's one of those Pokemon spin-off games that just absolutely just excelled in all capacities. This one being a tactics-based, really kind of dialing it into like the Fire Emblem feel for it. Based in like a medieval, like Fire Emblem-esque era within Pokemon where you have like your one partner and you go through all like the tactics.
Feudal Japan.
Feudal Japan, thank you. And you go through, the entire game with like your partner Pokemon, whatever, and just going through the tactics, mechanics. I mean, it's a phenomenal game. I don't know if it's like super expensive these days. I imagine it's probably so-so, because DS games, they can get run up there, especially Pokemon, but it's more mainline. So, I mean, you can get this game probably for a pretty decent price. And the bottom line, if you love tactics games, if you love Fire Emblem games, this is a game that, and you enjoy Pokemon to any capacity, you're going to absolutely love this game. And you're going to play it, and you're going to wish and ask, oh, man, why didn't we ever get a sequel? Why didn't we at least get a damn remaster or like a port up or something? No, Pokemon Conquest is phenomenal. You need to play it.
One of the best parts about that game is after you beat it the first time, you get to select another like character or something to play with.
Oh, it opens up so much.
And you then play as that character with their partner Pokemon.
Yeah. So no, that game's phenomenal. How far does that game go up in terms of generation? It goes just to 5, right?
I believe so.
I think that's about when it came out.
Yeah, because now that I think about it, on the cover it has Zekroms. Yeah, Gen 5 is as far as that it goes up, and when you do beat the game, it does open up the game quite a bit. But no, really recommend Pokemon Conquest. If you've never played it, because it just maybe went under the radar because the DS generation had a pretty solid handful of Pokemon games and other good games coming out, just kind of went under the radar as it did for probably a lot of people. Pokemon Conquest is to pick up, and we all need to petition together to get at least a remaster onto the Switch. At least. I know a sequel will never happen. The very damn minimum. Look, listen. If freaking Mystery Dungeons can get like remakes and remasters on the Switch, then damn it, so can Conquest. Do it, Nintendo. Fucking cowards. All right, well, that's all I've got. You ready to wrap up the show?
Why are you trying to get a Nintendo after us?
Because he already got a sports article.
Hey, nobody wins against Nintendo.
Oh, man.
That's a bloody fight.
That is a bloody fight, but I'm willing to fight that fight.
It's not even a fight.
Yeah, come on. I'm trying to make it sound like sometimes people stand a chance.
Yeah, like the one guy that's going to be paying Nintendo for the rest of his life.
We speak highly of Nintendo and respectfully.
All right, let's get out of here.
Like, comment, subscribe, rate, whatever your platform allows. It does help. Yeah, I got nothing. It was a sort of just throw show. Leave a comment, though.
Yeah, do everything he said and more. And if you like what you saw on this episode with us and want to see us do this live, we do these live streams every Saturday about 6 p.m. Central Time. So come check us out then.
And I have a question for you boys before we wrap up. How the hell did we get an hour and 20 out of this today? I just realized how long we've been live. After you count out the starting soon portion of it, we've been live for about doing the show for. How did we get an hour and 20 out of
We
this?
just bullshitted for like 35
I mean,
minutes.
we can do this all day, Mom.
That's fair. That's fair. But yeah, do what they said. We're live every single Saturday around 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can check out the Patreon, and we'd appreciate that extra support. Subscribe to the channel, be a friend, tell a friend. Join the Discord, as well as check out our sponsors, Agent Inc. and Rogue Energy. We'll be back next week, where I assume we may be talking about casting of Frank Stone, which is the Dead by Daylight Until Dawn. May touch on Age of Mythology, maybe, we'll see, and just whatever else we want to talk about. May predict highest rated games for the rest of the year. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Bye.